Joyhdae.
Ryan. Virgo season!
I'm ready.
For what?
Okay, hold on. A relationship.
So- Maybe I shouldn't laugh that loud. You ready for a relationship with what? Or with whom?
With a gentleman.
You are what?
I'm ready for a relationship with a gentleman. It's time.
Okay, do you know this gentleman?
No, I haven't met him yet. I didn't say I met him yet. I said I'm ready. There's a difference,
God.
right? Why are we
All
acting?
right. All right. All right.
I'm
Okay.
taking my hinge seriously.
Mm. And what have you found since you've been taking your hinge seriously?
Hinge thinks I'm ugly
Why would you think that, today?
because the people that they're sending me that are supposed to be like my matches are ugly. So Hinge obviously thinks we have something in common.
How
And
about how about how about it doesn't think you're ugly, it just might think that ugly people are more attractive than they are.
okay, we can do that too, but I still think Hinge thinks I'm ugly because the amount of unattractive men that they send me really could be a case study. It truly
Mm,
could be a case study. And
okay.
I but it's okay. I'm not gonna let it deter me, right? Because I realized,
Okay.
y'all ready? Y'all ready? I realized that I have to train the algorithm. I can't sit back and be passive. So I gotta just keep Xing these men out until they start giving me what I'm looking for. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
See what I'm
Oh,
saying? So that's what we're
okay.
doing. That's what we're
And
doing.
and so you're only using Hinge, is that what you're saying?
Maybe Bumble.
Okay. I don't know which is better. I haven't been on either ever in life, so I can't help you here. Perhaps one of our listeners can, but
Bumble tends to have more attractive men, but they're also like the likelihood of like me coming to you being like I met a Danish prince. You know what I
mm,
mean? But it's all
okay.
right. It's all right. We're 2026.
What about Raya? Raya sounds like Ryan, so maybe if it's anything close to who I am, maybe it's sincere and it can help you out.
So the thing about Raya is essentially you're supposed to be like celebrity adjacent in order to get connected to Raya. Like it's not open to the
Mm,
general public like
mm,
Bumble or Hinge.
mm,
And it's basically like a bunch of celebrities, influencers, musicians, things like
mm,
that.
mm.
Um, and I, in
And
the
so you,
beginning,
uh-huh.
I had an interest in Raya because, like, all right, but then I also saw like the type of like John Mayer is on Raya. You know what I
Ah,
mean? Like,
mm, hmm.
no,
I
thank you.
mean, I mean, you said you have to be celebrity adjacent. You didn't tell them it's Jade, bitch. One name bandit.
I
You didn't
should
say that.
have.
You didn't
I
say
should
that.
have. I
Like,
didn't.
how many
I
people on
didn't.
the internet with just one name? Like, there's
That's
not that
true.
many. You know
I
what I
know.
mean?
I should let them know,
You know
but
what I mean? Like,
but that tells you.
you host a pretty decent podcast. You have a flourishing OOTD of the day series going on. Like, I mean, you got you're adjacent ish, adjacent ish.
That tells you how interested I'm not in actually being on Raya. Do you know what I mean? Because
Mm,
we're known to make things happen when we truly want it. I don't
mm,
want it. I don't. I genuinely
mm.
don't care for Raya, to be honest.
Okay.
So we'll
So
see what
okay.
happens.
All right. So since we're here and you've done dragged me down this pit.
Why gotta be a pit though?
What
God
is
damn.
this?
Go ahead.
What does this person look like? Sound like? What is this person into? Like,
I see. This is where it gets tricky because I can genuinely say that I don't have one particular type. Like one day it could be a Michael B. The next day it could be someone who's kind of like a Jensen Ackles. Then we could talk
okay.
about like a Dante Bosco. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't have a particular type physically. Tall,
Okay.
I would say overall tall, dark, and handsome. But when I say
Just
dark, I don't mean
just so you know, in my brain, I can only visualize what Michael B looks like. I don't know the rest of them. So, but sure, good for you. Good for you. Good for you.
but tall, dark, and handsome.
Mm,
I like someone with ambition. I like someone who I can have a conversation with. I like someone who will understand who will get to understand the nuances of Jide. I have a
mm,
slick mouth.
mm.
Me flirting is not how typical women flirt. Do you know what I mean? I might call you a bitch, and you got to know that that's a term of endearment for me.
Wow.
Do you know
Wow.
what I mean?
But how about you know this about yourself and you don't lead with that. You maybe 10th date, maybe 10th date
I mean,
after
that's not
you've
something
already
that
told them.
but see, the problem is I don't
Mm-hmm.
lead with that. I lead with the
Mm,
sweet me, and then that's what
mm.
they expect. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
So
And then
then
they get to
maybe
know me.
so how do you plan on leading this time now that you're supposedly
I'm
ready?
just gonna be neutral. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice, not overly sweet. My humor is what it is. I'm not gonna not be. Why you look at me like I'm not sweet, Maino?
Because this doesn't I'm just trying to understand where we're going here. We spoke about this a couple weeks ago. I don't want you to enter this nonchalant. We're going to need a lot of chalant while
Well, here's
you
the
need to be
thing.
earnest, about what you're trying to do here and
So I gotta be chalant because I don't want. I want him to be chalant.
this is ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
So you're
Oh
telling me I
gosh.
gotta be chalant too? We both gotta be chalant. See, here's the.
I need
Mhm,
you to
mhm.
actually be interested in people and
Yes,
not give them the Virgo face
I can't help that.
and really just like read the room, like give what they given, flirt, let them know exactly what you're looking for, but not like so much that it scares them off right away, stuff like that. I'm gonna need you to show off a little bit of your stuff that you've been working in the gym for. I don't need you to, you need to sweeten the deal for people. Men are
A
simple beings. Simple
visual
beings. You
creatures.
have to need to woo in a way. Like I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not going on your dates unless you wanna take a hidden camera, like a meta glasses or something with you, and then I could be like, no, no, don't do that today. No.
First of
I could do
all,
that.
you just gave me a laundry list of things.
don't 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 at me. Listen, I have not been courting anyone since uh 20 years ago. So, things have changed.
First of all, resting Virgo face, I can't help it. That's my face. I can't I can't help it. You know what I mean? Like it is
Mhm.
what it is.
Mhm.
Um, what else did you say I gotta do? Flirt back. Yeah, my
Mhm.
flirting is this is why I need somebody that can match my energy. Do you know what I
Listen,
mean? Because
remember remember Tyra Banks? Everybody was watching that show when she was bearable. When she was
mm-hmm,
bearable, people were watching that show. She was
mm-hmm.
teaching y'all how to smize. Okay, that might be all you need, DJ. That might be all you need.
My smize makes me look like a serial killer. Not gonna hold you. Not gonna hold you.
You're not helping yourself here. I don't know. What is your strong suit? What is your strong suit?
Me, I'm my
God.
strongest suit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I say all that to say I'm gonna take it serious in 2026. Um, I will allow a man to court me. Um, he has to
But
be chalant.
it's 2025 though. Why we gotta wait till 2026? New Year's is right there. You gotta be able to give them a little tongue action for the
First
ball
of
drop
all,
for the ball drop.
gross.
Mhm. This is why you gotta meet them now and you get to know them a little bit so that it won't be gross
Gross.
by New
No,
Year's Day.
gross. Okay.
Come on, today.
2026, like I said, because ew,
2026 is
yuck.
2026 is like a
Three
whole
weeks away.
300 and something days.
It's
So
I know. But I mean, like, I'm getting started in early 2026. My goal is to go out for dinner on Valentine's Day with somebody.
that is such a damn long time from now. You could go out to dinner tomorrow. What are you talking about?
Gross.
What are you talking? And tomorrow, like, come on, today.
I need to be courted.
It is
I like the old
cuffing
school.
season. It's cuffing. This
I'm
is
not
time. Night at Freddy's is out. You could go cuddle in the movie theater. Something.
the horror movie with the animatronic.
I don't know nothing about this. I just know I heard Freddy's and I was like, gotta be a horror. I don't know. I don't watch those things.
And it's actually a great movie. And see, this is what I'm talking about. They may not understand the nuances of me a horror movies. You know
Okay,
what I mean? So I can't.
maybe you don't tell them that you're a serial killer. Maybe you maybe be like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm so scared.
I can't. I start laughing. Like that's the problem. I start laughing. You know what I mean? Like we'll get it together. 2026. My goal
All
is
right.
by not New Year's. Here you go. Got me saying New Year's. By Valentine's Day, I will not be at a Galentine's. I will be out to dinner with a gentleman.
Mm, Okay.
that I have been
Uh,
talking to for at least 2 weeks.
oh, okay. All right. Well
Seriously.
then. I think we're gonna nip it right there in the bud, and we're gonna come back to this at another time, because we could talk about this for the whole episode,
We
and
could.
I don't really want to edit a 2-hour episode. I can
Yeah,
tell
we're
you that
not.
right now.
No, we're not.
So where we at?
All right. So this week has been a lot. Okay. We got the Diddy doc. We got Tamar business being put out on Front Street. We got The Boy Is Mine too and Ray J doing the absolute most. You finally finished watching All Her Fault, so we got to catch up on that.
My God.
And the Netflix bought Warner Brothers. Big emotions about that. And there's something else we're going to talk about that I think is interesting, that contains one of the most illustrious Virgos ever, Michael Jackson, that you put me on to this week. But
Right. Yeah. Happy to talk about that for sure.
so now I have two options for these stories for you this week. Okay. The
Okay.
first one is my boyfriend gives me a dream job or me ultimatum, or DNA test surprise turns into a $28 million family feud.
Well, I just did my DNA test, so I think I'm in that vibe. So let's do that one. Because I actually did not understand your first one at all, but sure.
A boyfriend gave this a boy. I will do it next week, but a boyfriend gave a girl got offered her dream job, and her boyfriend gave her an ultimatum. It's either your dream job or me.
Mm, gotcha. That was
But
way
we'll
more
do.
succinct. The DNA. Sure.
A Massachusetts woman discovered she had two half sisters through a 23andMe DNA test, and it soon took a dramatic turn from reunion to a courtroom battle. Carmen Thomas, age 28, learned in early 2023 that she was biologically related to sisters Callie and Abigail Brown, whose father, Joe Brown, died in 2018 after doctors allegedly failed to diagnose his aortic aneurysm in time. Joe's widow and daughters later sued Salem Hospital for malpractice and won a 28.8 million jury award in April of 2023. Thomas met the sisters just weeks before the verdict, sharing photos online of what looked like a joyful first meeting. But when she learned about the multi-million-dollar settlement, Thomas filed her own lawsuit, arguing she was entitled to a share of the payout as Joe Brown's biological daughter. The Brown sisters pushed back hard, saying that they were hesitant to meet with her in the first place, and quickly became uncomfortable because she allegedly demanded money for gas, food, and alcohol, and made emotional threats if they didn't respond. Their attorney accused Thomas of trying to prey on the family financially and emotionally, calling her attempt to freeze the settlement funds meritless. The family also questioned the authenticity of the claimed relationship, noting that Thomas's mother never came forward to confirm a connection to Joe. I'll tell you how the case ended, but thoughts?
Wow. Wow. Um wow. I don't know how I feel about this. However, if they paid this out because they are his next of kin, then this person would also be his next of kin. So legally, I think it does make sense, but it's also cringe. It seems a little convenient. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
She could go to hell. Those are my thoughts. She could go to hell because the family sued his wife and his two daughters sued
Hmm.
the hospital. This wasn't
Hmm.
the hospital made a mistake and just said, okay, let's pay the next of kin. There was a lawsuit that these three women were involved in. You
Right.
had nothing to do with that lawsuit. You just
Right.
came into the pic. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Is that how it go?
That's how it goes. That's
You wasn't
bravo,
there.
bravo, bravo.
So what are we talking about now? You think you deserve this 28.8 million or part of this 28.8 million when we just met you yesterday?
Yeah. I mean, knowing me, knowing me, I would settle and then have nothing else to do with her. I would give her a little pocket change and let her go along her business with an NDA. I don't need to go back and forth spending more money than I would give her with a settlement to pay my lawyers fees and like all of that type of stuff. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, more than we know what to do with. Each of the three of us have almost close to, well, what, $9 million each, or just a little bit over that, or whatever. It's not chump change. It's not chump change. So I don't know. I would give her a little bit so she could shut up and get out of my hair that I don't have.
Shut up, Brian. She would get $0 from me, and she would know that we will never speak ever again in life. My
Oh,
cutoff
we're not
game
speaking anymore for
is
sure.
strong. And the reason why I say she would get $0 from me is because even though people like this, she's not coming from a genuine place.
Mm-mm.
And I feel like you give her an NDA, she may sign it, but she seems like the type of person who would still try to maneuver some more money out of you some way or the other. Do you know what I mean? And then cost you more money. So I'd rather nip this in the bud immediately. You're getting nothing, and now you don't have family because we're not related. As far as I'm concerned, you don't
Okay, so
exist.
how do you stop her from tying you up in courts?
Because
A
she don't.
lawyer's gonna take that pro bono for sure. Not
Yeah,
pro bono, but at least like a deferred payment or whatever it is. A lawyer's gonna take it.
until they realize that my 28.8 is gonna last longer than her promise to pay you because no judge is giving her money. No judge is giving her money. This is a lose-lose situation
Listen,
for her.
I don't know the law here. I don't know how that would go, and what would be what. No judge giving her money. I don't know. I don't know if that's the truth. Who knows?
So ultimately, the case was resolved in favor of the Brown family, partly because Thomas's claim was filed too long after Joe Brown's death. So she wasn't getting the money anyway.
Right.
These people are grieving someone that you don't even know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
You don't even know this man. You didn't get to meet this man. Your mama hasn't even confirmed that this is your father. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if Joe Brown got brothers and it could be an uncle. You know how that
We
shit
don't,
go.
but we also don't know the circumstances of her not knowing her father either.
That's true.
So
That's true.
so
But I mean, they
that's
came in and
another thing
said
as well. So who knows?
they said when they first met her, she came in asking for money for gas, food, and alcohol. Right then and there. Should have been
Again,
good.
it's a story time from one perspective. We don't know how it went down. I get it. I get how bad this sounds. No matter how ridiculous this is my blood sister. And so, I am not so petty to just be on someone. She didn't really do anything to me, honestly. So I would really try to shut her up and get it over with. But like, you definitely won't have the opportunity to speak to me again, knowing that this is how you came in and this is how you want to take things. That's what it is. It's fine. I'm good. I'm a turn my 9 million into whatever I'm gonna turn it into, and you never have to hear from me or see me again. Actually, maybe you do have to see me get richer and richer, and we don't have no relationship. So we could have been besties, and you could have made a lot more than what I'm gonna give you. But it is what it is.
And I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The first time a relative, if I find out I had a long lost whatever, asked me for like money for gas or something like that, yeah, cool.
Right.
But then when I start to see that you being a little extra, like every time you see me now, you got your hand out. Nah, we're good. We're good. We're so good.
It's tricky. Money tricky. Money tricky. Family also tricky, but
They are.
By
the way,
it sucks.
I found out recently that I have a new nephew. His name is Sage. He has to be one of the most beautiful babies that I have ever seen in my entire life. Shout out to my brother for giving me an absolutely adorable little chocolate drop of a nephew.
You just finding out, and so we didn't get to speak about Thanksgiving last week, even though it was our Thanksgiving episode. I went to a family reunion-esque Thanksgiving where so many aspects of my wife's family got to meet each other for the first time, which is crazy because people is old and definitely had possible opportunities to come across each other and did not know that they were related. So I'd say this, people, please let your people meet your people. Please.
Yeah.
Because
before it get awkward.
It
gets awkward in these streets real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along. I'm gonna get the garbage out the way because these next stories
Ain't
I
all.
genuinely don't really care for. And a story that's really none of our business, but I guess is it Dineva or Dineva? Whatever. Funky D
Dineva.
Dineva claims that Tamar and Mendeecees of Love and oh, you know what? Somebody called Yandy Martin Luther King, and I have been unwell
Oh my God.
since. But excuse me, Tamar and Mendeecees, who is known for being married to Yandy from Love and Hip Hop, are allegedly had a romantic / sexual relationship. He alleged that he witnessed intimate touching, sitting close, thigh rubbing, whispering, claims he saw them kissing in an Uber. Tamar recently released a video in which Mendeecees was her video vixen. He said the chemistry in their music video was real. He
Yeah.
also suggested that Mendeecees and his associates know what really happened the night Tamar was injured, which I'm assuming means that Yandy put the pause on her. That's the only thing that I could think of.
Mm.
Tamar has denied all romantic involvement and has pushed back legally. Mendeecees.
Somebody for everybody. So I'm not gonna yuck nobody's yum, as I always say. What I will say is that Mendeecees is still married, as far as I know, and that video was highly suggestive. I would say, let's put it like that. It was very, very much so in your face and on your body kind of vibes.
Mm.
Now me, uh as the husband to a wife, said wife would never allow me to be in a video with Tamar Braxton like such. I just,
Right.
even if I was an actor, I don't know, maybe, but like it's still like the acting wasn't good enough for it to be like, oh, this was necessary, right? It
Right.
just
Right.
seemed like, oh, we hard launching this thing, and it just didn't seem right. So my wife definitely would not have had that. So there's no way we could think that Yandy would have been okay with this unless this was something that was to be petty, or they were actually launching
A
something brand new
relationship.
or whatever. So I
Right.
don't know. I don't know why Funky Dineva has any reason to talk about such situations. I also don't know why you would be out to dinner and all these different things with your side piece with this rando if you trying to keep it on the down on the DL or whatever. So
Right.
a lot of this sounds like stupidity, but yet we are speaking about love and hip hop and and Tamar, and so who knows? Who knows?
All I could think about is the time Tamar was on that show and she started crying because somebody said she looked like a Muppet.
Yikes.
That still takes me down to this day. Now, to your point, one thing you will never have to worry about me as a friend is my loyalty, even if we don't ever speak ever again in life.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is not my business unless you're physically hurting someone else,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, unless it's a situation where someone's life is in danger or whatever. I hate this era that we're in where everybody is doing something for clout. And I literally couldn't care less about what this man has to say because you were okay with it when it was happening and you and her were friends.
Right.
You didn't have an issue with it or need to feel the need to speak up about it until now all of a sudden y'all had a falling out and now you want to make her look like the bad guy.
Right.
Stop it. You're corny. You are corny. And not for nothing. I mean, I haven't seen the video. I have no intentions of seeing the video. Tamar is not my ministry. I don't like anything about her.
Mm-mm.
And I just don't want to be uncomfortable watching her and Mendeecees. Yandy also is a tricky little thing because I remember I have not watched Love and Hip Hop in forever, but I've seen clips And I know recently there was something that happened with Jessica White and her niece or something like that. Or somebody was in Mendeecees, was DMing Mendeecees, and
Mm-hmm.
Yandy lied and said that it was her. And everybody on the internet was like, nah, Yandy, girl.
Right.
So I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, if they're just married in name
Right.
and it's no longer a relationship or whatever. But I say all that to say, Funky, we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not this type. I don't like to be in the drama and all that, especially if I am a name and I have a presence online. There's no need for me to be in this sort of drama.
At all.
However, however, you are the company you keep. So
Yeah.
I I I could honestly see this going exactly the same way if the roles were reversed.
Yeah, no,
I I
they
I
all
don't know,
yap.
man. I don't
They
know.
all yap. When everybody has a falling out, they yap, and all of a sudden, this person is a horrible person because they was doing X, Y, and Z, but you was okay with it when they was your friend. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right,
one
right.
thing I respect about the friendships that I have is that my friends will call me out on my BS. If you saw me doing something that you thought was wildly out of pocket, I know for a fact that you would let me know that you think what I'm doing is wildly out of pocket.
I also wouldn't do that on the internet. Like,
Right, right.
you know what I
You know what
mean?
I mean? But it's like, God forbid, for some reason, you had to speak on it on the internet. I know for a fact that whatever you said online would not have been something that you didn't say to me to my face offline.
I don't think I would even speak to it online if I were talking to it. I would be like, Joyhdae is Joyhdae. It is what it is. And then we're gonna talk about it afterward. Cause like
But
I
you know what I
can't
mean?
I
Like,
just can't see myself doing
yeah, I mean, I tell people I'm gonna mind my business, but
that.
it's weird to me that this is the era that we're in right now. Sidebar that was not in the notes, but shout out to Maino. Never thought I would say that. Never thought I would say that. But apparently, academics was getting on Fabulous for dressing however Fabulous dresses and saying they was too old or something like that. And when they came back from, they have a podcast. It's like Fabulous, Maino, Jim Jones, and Dave East. They came back from break, and everybody was like, "How everybody doing?" Maino said, "I'm good." Hey, yo, academics, they
I ain't got
dive
no
right
time to
into
waste.
it.
I ain't
Yeah,
got no time
dive
to
right
waste.
into it, and told academics that he's built like a wet bag of laundry. The only reason I'm saying shout out to Maino is I have said this for quite some time. We have to get back to letting people know that they are corny.
Mm,
We have let people who are corny get comfortable on the internet for way too long.
mm.
And it's time for us to stop. So I was very happy when Maino read Academics for Filth, because we know Academics is not going to, he's probably going to respond, yes, but he's not going to get rowdy with somebody like Maino. We know that.
I don't think so. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So
I don't think
shout
so.
out to Maino. Let's get back to calling people corny when they do corny things. You know what I mean? Especially
Mm-hmm.
people like Academics. Because you talking about somebody and how they dress when you literally sit in a basement in a t-shirt looking musty, sir, pick a battle, pick a struggle.
Yikes.
Okay. Moving on. I just had to get that off though, because every time I've watched clips of him reading That Man Fulfills at least a dozen times. Every time it comes up on my timeline, I stop and I watch it.
These type of podcasts really just make me wonder what I'm doing with my life, because it's just like I am now associated with all these people because
But you're not.
just by nature of doing this, like
No.
don't I don't understand why everybody must be able to purchase a mic. I just don't understand. I
No,
don't.
they got to start. Actually, there really should be an application process and some taxes. I'm not even gonna hold you, because not everybody deserves a mic. You right about that.
And then
Um,
because people have any like little bit of celebrity, people are gonna flock to that thing. Whereas there's other people out here putting out really good work and they don't give them the chance. So,
right. Yeah.
is what it
Like,
is. Is what it is. Whatever.
also, I would like to say that back in the day when I was on my meanest game, oh, I would have been in Dave East's DMs, heavy, hard body. I'd
You
have been
open to
crushed
the
on him.
relationships. You only make the shots that you take.
That
That's what they
child,
say.
that is a whole child. I am old enough to be his mother. Okay,
I
I'm not.
doubt that. I think
Let me
Davies got to
see.
be in his 30s. Got to be.
Let's see. How old is Dave East, the rapper? He's 37. Okay.
So Janae, come on. What are you talking about?
All right.
Oh, here you go.
Just don't say
Here
nothing
you
if you
go.
see him pull up in the episode. Virgo season taking off. Um, in other news, the Boy
Yeah.
Is Mine tour has had quite a bit of shakeups happening.
The Curse Tour.
Last week we was talking about Mooney. She has since dropped out. So the tour is like Mooney, Kelly Rowland, I think somebody else. I don't know. Brandy and Monica. Mooney has dropped out due to pneumonia and lupus complications. Her
Sure.
doctor
That was
basically told her, allegedly, her doctor told her it was
that
going
was
to kill her.
Mariah's people being like, get up out of here.
So I'm telling you, you got to pick your battles. You got to pick your battles. Mariah Carey?
Mm-mm.
Girl. Then soon after that was announced, it was announced that Maya was going to be stepping in as a long-term replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Then we turn around and it's like,
and then Maya
no.
said, cut the checks. And they was like, what checks? And Maya was like, later.
Yeah, Maya was like, I'm good on this. To which they have now added Keisha Cole to selected tour dates. Listen,
Yes.
I wasn't going anyway. I'm definitely not going now.
Mm.
I would have gone for Kelly Rowland, but I feel like it's not enough. She don't get enough time to warrant me spending money.
Two things. What did Keisha do to you? And the rumor is Kelly's going on tour next year as she drops new music and movies and all of that type of
Okay.
stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think I'm gonna
I'll
go to
go
that.
next year. I'll go to that.
So
Keisha hasn't done anything to me, but her notes are a lot of times are very hit or miss, and I'm not about to subject myself to that. I'm not paying money to hear you screech at me off key.
yikes.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can hold that. So hopefully the tour now will continue without any other issues, unless they keep inviting Ray J. Okay.
I was just waiting to see where you were going with that because I was just like,
Brandy is going to have to put her brother on timeout. Okay. Because this little boy
has to.
cannot be in
Sonia,
public
somebody.
at all. Somebody got to get him. Because he hopped online claiming Beyonce and Jay-Z came to shows but didn't show Brandy any love. And basically was just saying that, you know, we look up to you guys. Y'all are like who y'all are. She got family there. Like the least y'all could do is pull up. But y'all basically come see Kelly, take some flicks backstage, don't take no flicks with Brandy, and then dip. If I was coming to see my friend, that's exactly what I would do too.
Correct. Have
Bring your
y'all been
friend.
paying any attention to Jay-Z and Beyonce? Jay-Z and Beyonce show up to the Grammys late and leave early. They do that all the time because they don't want to deal with the hoopla, all the craziness of things. That's just one thing. But like, I believe there's more going on here, but I don't know these people, so it is what it is.
I mean, there probably is more going on, but Brandy definitely did not hire Ray J to be her mouthpiece.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And she definitely did not hire him to get the Beehive all riled up about her and some beef with Beyonce. Because now the Beehive done dug into archives and is pulling out all kinds of stuff. Leave it alone. Leave it.
Don't want this type of drama.
You had family there. Put it in the family group chat.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the family group chat. Don't get online and somebody send that boy to rehab.
So
because he's definitely not sober.
I definitely was like, soon as I saw it, I sent it to you. I was like, oh, now Ray J about to disappear. That's what's about to happen. I saw a clip of Monica, I think it was yesterday. She was like, Ray J, give me your phone, and went down into the crowd and pulled his phone out. So that's what people need to be doing. They need to take his phone and they need to put him to see the lady with the couch. Like that's what he need. That's what they need to do. You know,
that lady or that man, whichever one you're more comfortable with, Ray J, go see them because you are wilding. Also, I was also not going to go to this concert because Monica was not nice to me the one time I met her. So Buddha her, and it was devastating for me and my young heart.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a hater, but what I will say is that I've been watching a lot of these clips, and they have not been that exciting to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just the clips that I've seen, but I don't know that I would have had the most amazing time going to this show. But
honestly, I said to myself, I could just listen to the records. That's what Spotify is for. I already give Spotify my money every month. I'd rather just listen to the cuts that I want to listen to and keep it moving.
Right.
They have not inspired the type of nostalgia in me where I'm like, oh, I have to be there. Now, if NSYNC goes on tour,
I am.
do you know what I
I
mean?
don't. I
I'm
don't. I
there.
don't share. I don't share the same sentiment, but I get where you're
And
coming
that's,
from.
I already have my groups. I'm hitting multiple shows when NSYNC go on tour.
Okay.
And it's different. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
These people, I'm good. And I grew up loving them. But honestly, I think it's because Monica left a bad taste in my mouth, but that's neither here nor
Listen,
there.
I grew up. I grew up with what I like to call now an irrational crush on Brandy. Like
Mhm.
she was it. She was it until. And I know this sounds crazy and convenient, but until Destiny's Child hit the scene, I'm just saying. I am just saying. Also, Brandy, after I've grown up. Like the music is hit or miss for me. Her voice still hits, but the music is hit or miss for me. I know when I don't know. I guess when I was growing up, I feel like I heard, and I don't know if this is true or not. So don't at me. But like she and Dark Child were a thing.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And so when they were a thing, the music that was happening was amazing. All that Dark Child Brandy music was like
Yeah.
top notch, match made in heaven. The moment they were not together, eek.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean? So
right.
I'm not it's whatever. Like Aphrodisiac was cool, but Full Moon was the album, and
The
that's
way I
it.
hated that song, but I'm not even gonna get into
Which
that.
song? Aphrodisiac?
No, the full moon.
Okay, shut up. Okay. All right, you gotta move on now. You gotta move on now. I will not let you slander that. I'm sorry.
That
I
song
will.
used to grind
You
my
just mad
gears.
that you can't do the crescendo and the decrescendo like Brandy. That's what you're mad at.
I
That's
did
what you're
not
mad at.
care. That song used to give me, and then that video with that fake fucking moon used to irrationally piss me off.
The video was not amazing. However, the music was amazing, top to
That
bottom.
that song and video pissed me off, just like Donnell Jones and that song when he was Scooby Dooby Dee
Where I
when
want to
that
be.
girl was sleeping in her bed and you gonna sit there and scat at the end of her bed. Let that girl sleep.
Sweetle diddle dee doo dee dee. What do you
While
mean?
that girl was sleeping. No, every time that song pisses me off to infinity. Do you
Oh my
understand me?
god.
Oh
Okay.
my God. In other news, when I think about it,
Oh god. Hmm.
Netflix bought Warner Brothers for $82 billion.
That is wild to me.
Um,
That is
which
extremely wild to me.
which includes Warner Brothers Film and Television, HBO Max, DC Properties, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and the entire classic Warner library. CNN, Discovery Channel, and others, and a couple of other stations, whatever, will be spun off separately. I don't like it.
I kind of don't like it either. I wanted to be like, huh, that seems interesting, but the more I think about it, it just doesn't feel right. It don't feel
It
right to me at all. It
it's
does
another monopoly.
because like just off of the two properties alone, Netflix and HBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
HBO is supposed to be premium television, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is everything under your armpit. Like that's what it's
Mm-hmm.
like. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad. You have so much content there, and you gotta like swim to the depths to find something that's worth watching. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And so
Mm-hmm.
now adding all of this catalog to that stuff, like I don't know. I
Wild.
kind of feel like I want them, even if they own it, I want them to have completely separate things going on. Keep
Me
them
too.
separate. Never the twain shall meet. Is that how they say it? That
Yes.
yeah.
Let me tell you this. If Netflix come out with some bullshit about raising the price
Oh, they
of
will.
Netflix
They will.
because of this acquisition that I didn't ask for,
I didn't ask for it. I did
we're
not.
good.
I did
We're
not.
good. And the reason I'm gonna say we're good in totality is because right now I'm getting a lot of streaming for free via my mama's Spectrum.
Mhm.
I am good.
Listen,
HBO Max being one of them. I am good.
listen. When AT&T bought HBO, obviously I've been AT&T like a damn idiot for the past 10, 12 years since the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when they bought HBO, they gave it to us for free. When they sold it, It stayed for free because I feel like they didn't know how to get rid of it from us. So unless we changed our plan or whatever. So I've had this ridiculous plan for no reason because I'm getting it for free. I feel like Netflix will figure it out. They will kick my ass off pretty soon. I'm pretty sure.
All I'm telling Netflix is, every time y'all take money out my account now, I get annoyed. You take more money out my account now for something I did not ask for. You did not ask my opinion about. You did not do a customer survey.
Yeah.
Buy Netflix. To be quite
Yeah.
honest, buy Netflix. I'm not. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I mean, they did say, to their point, because people are talking about, a lot of Netflix's movie releases are direct to streaming, and a lot of the Warner Brothers movies are theatrical.
Right.
So they're alleging that they will keep the theatrical releases, blend HBO content with Netflix offerings, and create bundled streaming options for subscribers. I didn't ask for this.
More money. Yeah, that's what that means.
The only good thing is it's not going to happen anytime soon. Well, it might, because Donald Trump is president. But the U.S. and the EU are going to drag this deal through every antitrust filter known to man. But who knows whose hands are going to get greased to make this thing a reality.
Somehow it don't feel right. It don't feel like it's going to
don't.
pass through, and because it just definitely seems like the ultimate monopoly. So, like, I don't know that I can see it happening.
They're saying that, the Republicans in them are trying to bankrupt the United States Postal Service so that Jeff Bezos can put in his implementation of what Postal Service looks like. So they're not afraid of monopolies when it's their people in place. You know what I mean? So we got to keep our...
I did not hear that. My gosh. My mail coming to me in an Amazon box is crazy. Crazy business.
One piece of letter in a 12 by 12 by 12 Amazon box because Jeff Bezos and them,
oh my goodness,
don't have a clue as what they're doing. Okay.
Wow.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Check the chapters because we're going to talk.
We're going to talk about All Her Fault. It has been out for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's on your to watch list and you have not gotten to it. That is fine. This is the part where you stop and go ahead to the next chapter.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
All right. My God, what a series.
What a show. Like, because it's just like, what somebody say? This is straight white people business. That somebody is Joyhdae. That's what it is.
Yeah. This was all white people shit. This was all white people stuff. Because there were so many things that happened.
Oh my God.
Where it could not have been a present Black parent that, like,
not me.
What do you mean? What do you mean your son went on a play date with somebody you just met to their house?
You just met. You don't even know. You over text message. You like, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
And you just
take him from the school. Up? Take him. Just take him. Yeah. Like, what?
My God, today.
You never even been to her house.
Because the way it would have been our play date. Me, you, my son, your kid. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
5-year-old.
It would have been one episode. It wouldn't even been a 30 minutes of a show. Hey, can baby B come to our house for a play date? Sure, we'll be there.
Correct.
At 5 p.m.
Yo.
Credits.
Joyhdae, I got to middle school. My mom, I got invited to a house party. My mom said, "What house party?" I don't know where you're going. I need to meet the parents. I said, "No, ma'am, that's not how it goes. That's not how it goes. All of the friends are just going there." She's like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm going to meet this lady." We go. This is the most embarrassing thing. She goes and sits down, have lunch with the lady. We both sitting there just like, I barely know the girl at this point. And we just like, what is happening? My mom would not rest until she knew everything about this lady. She probably left there with the lady's social security number. I am just saying that's how crazy it is.
As she should.
I ended up dating that girl through high school. But still.
Shout out to your mother. Shout out to your mother. She knew what she was doing. Okay?
Yeah. Crazy.
So essentially, Marissa, who is one of our main characters, this is a character heavy show, goes to pick up her son Milo from a scheduled play date. A person named, or quote unquote, Carrie answers the door and calmly says she does not have a child and has never heard of Milo. Immediately they go
Wild.
to the police. Community panic happens because a 5-year-old child is missing. Marissa's marriage starts to go crazy because her husband, Peter, is avoiding questions. There's cracks in the marriage. We find financial inconsistencies. Peter's evasive about his whereabouts the day the baby is missing. The nanny's behavior seems off. Cameras catch inconsistencies in Peter's timeline. Marissa realizes she barely knows her husband. Police uncover a past car crash in which Marissa barely remembers due to her own trauma. Hospital records don't match the story that Peter told her for years. Josie's name
Oh
surfaces for the
God.
first time, but as a woman who lost her baby in the same crash. Listen, there was so much happening.
There was so much happening. Like literally, I feel like this, and like I said, I told my wife, I gotta write a story like this somehow, some way, because I have to formula down in my brain already how to do this. You have to write this type of stuff backwards.
Yeah, no,
That's how
you
you
do.
that's how
No,
you
you
write it.
do.
That's how you
Yeah,
write
nah.
it. Because there's no way you thought from the beginning how to do this, how it all intertwines and how it ends up in the end, and you do it flawlessly all the way through. No, you
Yeah,
gotta
nah.
write it backwards.
Nah.
You gotta write it backwards. And it's just like, first off, the first moment that this lady shows up to the door of this woman's house that's not the house that she's supposed to be showing up to, why was the lady so damn nonchalant with the, like, I'm just like, first of all, what you
Yeah.
got going on? How old is your child? Whatever. Why was my address given to you? Like what? Like that's how I would have
Yeah, she
reacted.
was
This
like,
lady was like,
I'm sorry, what? Well, come on
no
in.
worries. Let's figure it out. Let's go
We'll
on.
figure.
You let me into this house. I don't even know why I have your house, and now you're letting me into this house. I'm here sitting, crying, and being vulnerable with you. You calling people on my behalf. I just met you 3 minutes ago. Like also, like
I am telling you, white people nonsense. Because what do you mean?
what do you
What do you
mean?
mean? The way I would have had to just gather my wits about me to make sure that I was finding my son. I don't know you. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm not, first of all, I'm not walking into no stranger's house without the cop.
Just off of GP, if I was her, this lady would have got choked out just because. I don't know.
Because what do
I
you
don't know who
mean?
you are or why I got your address, but you gonna go in this house and find my child right now. That's what you're
Because
gonna do.
why was I
That's
told
what you're
my
gonna do.
child was here? And what do you mean
What you
they
mean you
are
don't know
not?
where she at?
What do
Where
you
he at?
mean they are not? Wrap it up, show's over, house
Oh,
blown up. I
you
done
don't
killed everybody.
understand.
What are we talking about right now?
You don't understand.
So then, as the show goes on, this is where we get to the nuclear bomb of the series. Okay. After the car crash, Marissa was unconscious. Peter woke up, found out that their baby, their newborn, died.
Dead.
Josie's newborn, however, lived. He panics, thinks Marissa will crumble, and makes a split second, life altering decision. He switches the baby before the hospital can verify identities.
Let's stop this right here. Let's stop this right here. Joyhdae, I was just in a major car crash. My car flipped over, killed my baby. My wife's unconscious in the back seat. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm
no.
delirious. I get out the car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assessing the situation. I'm looking around. I'm like, what is going on? I look over at the other car. The lady looked unconscious, baby crying over there. I said, in the split second, because I hear the sirens of the ambulance coming in the distance.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna go take her child and
Mm-hmm.
put him in my car. Put my
Mm-hmm.
child
Mm-hmm.
in that car. My child dead. So
Yeah,
put
no.
that with the dead lady over there and take that good living child and have that good living child with me. Not only will I have done that, I will also have changed the car seats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is how this
Mm-hmm.
today, and this is normal. This is normal behavior.
I want you to understand that Peter is crazy
The psychopath of all psychopaths.
because you didn't even mourn
Not
the
even
death
for
of your newborn
it
child
had not even been 5 minutes yet, Joyhdae.
before you was basically just like, let me swap the batteries out of the old child and take this new child. What are we talking about, sir?
Joyhdae.
worried about your wife crumbling that your child died, so you kidnap somebody else's whole other baby?
How you worried about your child, your wife dying, your wife unconscious? How you know she's alive? What are you worried about? Like you, like I'm just. Oh,
I said,
I was so upset at this movie. I mean, this show or whatever. I was so upset. But every turn, every episode, I'm just like, it can't get no worse. We get to the major. Well, this is one of the major things that have occurred, and I'm like, yo, Joyhdae, we on the last episode, and there's still 40 more minutes. What else could happen in? What else could happen in this show?
so essentially, we find out that Josie orchestrated Milo's disappearance because she wanted to reclaim her son. Her father, Rob, turned it into a ransom scheme. Kyle, who was her ex-boyfriend who helped her with the kidnapping, got scared and sloppy. Peter secretly arranges to pay the ransom because he wants to avoid exposure. Peter murders Rob mid-exchange.
But that's before Rob murders the. You told.
But that's
Rob murders the.
Kyle is later killed by Rob before Rob is killed by Peter. Peter lies to the police about the whole thing. Josie ends up confronting Peter in a hotel with recorded evidence. Peter kills her and then stages it as self-defense.
This is after she kills the wife's business partner.
Business
who's also
partner.
having a secret affair with his sister-in-law. Who's also the reason why all of this happened, because he has a gambling problem, and Rob is the bookie, and this is how they all found out that this all happened. Meanwhile, the daughter had no idea that she was going to meet with this family when she went with the father to go pick up this bookie ransom or whatever it is. Then to find out that this child that is at this place is her long lost child that she didn't even know was still alive. Joyhdae.
What was that?
Joyhdae.
So Marissa has a realization that Milo is biologically Josie's. The truth is going to destroy her family. So what does she do? Well, first of all, she also realizes Peter will never stop lying or killing to cover himself because crazy. So what does she do? She kisses him. Mm-hmm. But not just any kind of kiss.
Kiss of death. The kiss of death.
Because Peter has a soy allergy.
Which is the craziest allergy ever.
And so she kisses him.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets the reaction happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Peter dies.
Yep.
Detective Alcaraz pieces together everything what happens, but then closes the case because
you good.
It's morally complex.
Morally complex because he's also doing immoral things to look out for his child. Yo, Joyhdae, we can end it right here. We can end
everybody up. Okay? Lock everybody up. Mind you, mm-hmm. Marissa get to keep the girl baby.
Because, I mean, it's her child at this point. But, like, damn.
All that happened is she got the baby. And I mean, I get it.
Where the baby gonna go?
He's not gonna go anywhere.
Baby ain't got no parents. No parents.
But Detective Alcaraz, you really should have did your job, because this baby really shouldn't be raised by this woman who was married to this man who basically was a serial killer under her house for her. She does not have right discernment to be raising this baby. But I digress.
Wow. Wowza. What a show. And it was like, when I think about it, it's a pretty dumb show. But it was done well. I would say that. I would say it was done well. Because it could have easily kind of leaned over into the Tyler Perry realm, and it would have just took me completely out. But I was enthralled. So I'll give it that. But when you really think about this, when you really deep it, as the Brits say across the pond, it was terrible. It was a terrible premise, terrible show, because it was just too much going on. Soap opera for sure.
All I know is, like I said, white people. And the one black man, white people. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jay Ellis, we need to find you better, because
I would have assumed that he would have had a lot bigger roles by this point. And I guess this, in a sense, was a bigger role, but we got to get you a better agent, something, my guy.
The last story of the day, which
Mm-hmm.
we're not going to spend too much time on because you haven't finished it yet, but we got to talk about it because it's on everybody's brain this week.
Yeah.
50 Cent's documentary, or 50 Cent's produced documentary, Sean Combs' The Reckoning, dropped this week.
It definitely did.
It's a 4-part documentary produced by 50 Cent that lays out decades of allegations against Sean P. Diddy Combs, from abuse, coercion, intimidation, secret recordings, NDA, and the whole culture of fear that surrounded him. The doc had new witnesses. Joyhdae was reading explicit emails allegedly from Diddy, footage from right before he got arrested. Jurors spoke for the first time. Footage tied to the Biggie Tupac timeline,
Wild.
plus the long circulated and unproven claim about a $1 million bounty on Tupac by Diddy. Diddy's team obviously calls the documentary a hit piece, claiming it's biased and unauthorized. I will say this.
Mm-hmm.
My God, today.
My God, today.
50 months is looking mighty light.
Today. Yo, just as much as what we was just talking about, all her fault was just ridiculous. This was so much better done than I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
It is produced so well. The story is being told really well. It's like normally you'll catch a documentary and it's just like, you're trying to sell some things, you have some interviews, and that's that. But the way they wove the story in, from that to the sound design, to the the editing, all of, like, everything was so well done, and I was very shocked. And I mean, obviously 50 didn't do the directing. Whoever that lady is, that's the director.
I was trying to look for her name.
Amazing. Amazing.
Alexandra Stapleton. I'm going to
Yeah.
give her all the credit because I've seen shows that 50 has worked on and this is not him. So,
Stop.
shout out to Alexandria Stapleton. I honestly had no interest in watching this documentary.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be 100% honest about it. Only because I felt like it wasn't going to be anything new.
Oh, you were so
wrong. Was I wrong?
wrong.
And I honestly waited to see reactions first from the internet to
Mhm.
decide if I was going to watch it or not. And actually, it was more so Natalie and Kima who were like, "Yeah, we need to watch this because we got to break this down." So I was like, "All right, let me watch." I will say this: while Diddy had a lot of victims, I always, and I know people say like we can't victim blame, and I'm not victim blaming like the women and things like that. But I will say that I feel like a lot of people were very comfortable with what Diddy was doing until it affected them. And so I have very little sympathy for those characters. The only man that I felt bad for, to a degree, but then I sat down with it and even I said, was Mr. Burroughs. Why can't I remember his name? Who was his cousin, who helped him finance a little bit of Bad Boy in the beginning, and Diddy has a whole bunch of money for him. I felt bad for him when it came to the sexual assault that he alleges that Diddy did to him. But when it came to, the more I sat with it, he was okay with Diddy doing things to other people until he then became a victim of Diddy. Because
Wow.
at the end of the day, Diddy was not always powerful, right? He gave the illusion of power, and y'all all knew who he was, and y'all were okay with it until it affected you. Same thing goes for Eric Sermon.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all were okay with the way this man acted until it affected you personally, and I have a problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from, but knowing where we come from, how we met, and being in the business, and looking to make moves and growth and like all of that type of stuff, you can get so wrapped up in the whirlwind of it all that you're not thinking straight as to how to react in situations like this. And I would say he gave the illusion of dangerous in the beginning, but then, whatever. I think fairly quickly, once he started becoming the Diddy that we all know, he became a lot more dangerous.
Oh yeah, no.
And so I don't know how to react when you say you don't have sympathy for some of these people. I have sympathy for a lot of these people because it's just I understand how they could get caught up in this.
I don't have sympathy for some of these people simply because for years, some of these people came on during the time where we all heard about elements of how Diddy acted
Right.
and who Diddy was. Fame and clout is so ridiculous
You
that
say
y'all were
that all the
willing
time.
to make yourself susceptible to this man. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like even Babs, like to the point where she's on
That's who
this
I was thinking about.
documentary and she literally said her lawyer said to her, if you were looking for fame and fortune,
That's
do
not it.
not sign this contract.
Hmm.
And she went against her lawyer.
Hmm.
I can't have sympathy for you. Do you know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
I'm not talking about the people who he had obviously abused and had obviously mentally tore down. Cassie, this is a pro Cassie household over here. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? I even said I had interactions with Capricorn and she was not a nice person.
Mm.
And for many years, I called her Capricorn the bitch. And this had nothing to do with Diddy. But I still sympathize with her, right? Like I can
Hmm.
walk and chew gum. Still don't care for her based on my own
Right.
personal interactions with her.
Right.
But that does not take away from the fact that I feel bad that she was subjected to what she was subjected to.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying I have a problem sympathizing with some people, like there were other people there that had some sort of power that allowed this man to do the things that he was doing, did not step up at all until it started to adversely affect them. And that's the people that I don't have sympathy for.
Yeah. I do feel like people felt empowered to start coming forward once things started being put in motion, right? If we're talking about, again, we're talking alleged, whatever. But if we're talking about what this alleges, that he put bounties on people's heads, people disappeared and people died, and this is the type of power that this man has. I can understand why so many people didn't say, and we've spoke about this months ago, a year ago, whenever this all started. We spoke about this already. I can understand why they wouldn't come forward until they felt the urge to have a little bit of safety, knowing that this man is going to jail or is in jail and like all of that stuff, and like other people were brave enough to come forward, and it just kind of puts the battery in the back for them because they saw the outcome of that and they were like, okay, I feel, I guess I could share my story as well. But like it's rough, like I said, I haven't finished. What I am very impressed, even though this is messy. I'm very impressed with the amount of effort that went into this, the amount of new things that are in here,
Yeah,
things that weren't ever supposed to come to like be brought to the light of day that is in this. And the fact that they got so many people that I had no idea would be willing to speak. This is
right.
crazy. This is a crazy, crazy
You
scenario. And
know,
this is like, wow, I I am still soaking it in. I'm only into the third episode and I still have a little bit more to go, but like, wow. Wow.
no,
Intense.
it was really good. We also talked about in my group chat, in another group chat that I'm in,
Hmm.
how I think when he gets out of jail, what his approach is going to be,
What's that?
and he's going to come out as bisexual. He's going to go the Christian route because we love a good "I found God" moment. The blacks love a good "I found Jesus." He's no longer going to go by P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. It will be Sean John. The title of the Christian album that he's going to drop is going to be like Sean John, some John verse from the Bible. He's
Wow.
going to say that everything that happened prior to him finding himself in prison was him suppressing parts of who he was, and that's why he acted the way that he did, and he realized that that is not who he is as a person, and that God told him that he was forgiven, but he had to live his true self. And this is for anyone who's ever felt like they could never be truly who they were. Take him as an example. It's You watch. I already know.
You've missed your calling, Joyhdae. You should have been a
I
crisis
already
manager.
know. No,
You should be Joyhdae Pope. That's who you should be.
no, no. That's Natalie. Natalie is my personal Olivia
Crisis
Pope.
manager.
But that's exactly what that man is gonna do. I bet you he's gonna come out, and there's gonna be a bunch of people who are gonna work with him and give him a solid Christian album. It's gonna be solid.
Mm.
Christian rap, solid. Okay. And there's gonna be people who are gonna say, "Who are we to judge?"
Hmm.
God forgave.
Hmm.
I'm telling you. And then he's gonna try it. Because remember, Kanye tried it, and then y'all tried to tell us, "Oh, well, Kanye, I mean, two things can be true.
I could
Kanye could be an asshole, but
I
he
could
he found Jesus."
I can see a world where all of what you just said occurs. I just feel like we've turned a page. So I'm gonna go on the other side of it and let's see who wins this bet. Because I don't know. I don't think that people are gonna be so willing to just embrace him back again. Like, so
Oh, it's
we'll
not gonna
see.
be easy, but that's what he's gonna do. He's
Yeah.
definitely going the Christian route. He's definitely going the "I am no longer P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. That person died in prison when this happened. I
Mm,
read my Bible. This is who I
mm,
am now as a person.
mm,
Call me Sean." He's
mm,
gonna be in a polyamorous relationship with
mm,
a very handsome, non-threatening, wholesome-looking young twink of a man
mm,
and a beautiful woman because
mhm,
money. That money
mm,
ain't going nowhere,
mm,
and he's going to present this whole, I'm living my truth. And growing up in hip hop, we were always told blue, 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 blue. My
mm,
dad was this. I'm
mhm,
telling you. I'm
mhm.
telling you. He gonna throw his mother under the bus too.
Uh, I saw I saw something where I don't know. I don't know. It's not my they said something about him slapping his mom when he was younger or whatever. I was just like, what kind of life do these people live? But
Let me
I
listen.
digress. I digress. I
His
digress.
daddy was a drug lord.
Supposedly.
His mama was a drug runner and a madam.
Listen.
He was 10 years old in chinchillas. Like,
Mm.
I mean, and listen, this was apropos for the times, right? Like the 90s, 80s, 90s was a wild time. It was a wild time. But it is what it is. I'm not surprised by any of it.
We'll see how this all turns out.
It's Sean John, verse 31:6. I don't even know if that's the actual verse, but that's gonna be the name of the album. You watch. You watch. I'm ready.
Oh man.
Y'all heard it here first. When does a medieval orgy end?
You're gonna stop that right now because I sat here listening to all your stuff and I need you to talk about my thing
Oh,
real quick
Michael Trapso.
before we hit
Yes,
that before we hit
yes.
the jokes.
I forgot.
I know this is gonna be a long episode, but whatever. It
It
is what it
is.
is. It
Oh,
is
also, before we get to Michael Trapson, letting y'all know that next week is our last episode before we go on break.
okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Just letting y'all know that. We need a break. It's the
Yeah. It's
holidays.
the holidays. Y'all are barely listening
Y'all ain't
anyway.
listening
Barely
anyway.
listening and watching right now. So
We'll be back in January. We don't know what day yet, but in
mhm.
January soon. Okay? But after next week, then y'all can catch up and be on par with
Mhm.
everybody else. Okay? All right.
So Jade, I came across some stuff. Like we
Mm-hmm.
definitely have had a conversation on this show about AI music,
Mm-hmm.
and I had my thoughts and I had all
Mm-hmm.
these things or whatever. So ever since we have been on YouTube, I have been trying to learn YouTube in a way that the young people know YouTube, and so I've been perusing and trying to find new things. Came across a picture, which I will share right here, you know, for when y'all see it. Maybe this hand. Okay. Anyway, I came across a picture of a AI version of a young Michael Jackson, and I was just like, what the hell is this? Like, this AI generated stuff is ridiculous. Went on to click the video and was stopped dead in my tracks because I was like, what the hell is this? So the title of the song was I think the first one that I listened to was Billie Jean cover. It said Billie Jean Trap Soul AI cover. And I was like, how much worse could this get? But I had time, so I clicked into the thing. Joyhdae, when I tell you, I am an aficionado of music. I will say this. I have this thing, I forget what they call it, but not all people in the world have it, but like when I hear music that really touches my soul, I get goosebumps. That's what happens, right? Never until this moment has the music come from an inanimate object. This was an AI trap soul version of Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's Billie Jean, and I was
She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But the key is not my son. She says I am the one. But the key is not my son.
what the hell? Like it was so good today. It was so good, and I sent it to you, and I know you weren't really trying to rock with me, but like I don't
Nah,
care. I don't care. It's so good, so
I
good.
said what I said, which was that at the end of the day, a Michael Jackson song is going to slap. Okay?
Yeah.
And these songs slaps. I'm not gonna hold you. I listened to it further because when you first shared it with me, I was in transit
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really get the moment to like really sit with it and listen to it.
Yeah.
Even though I am not a fan of AI music,
I was like,
not bad.
if Mike, if okay, so the voice that the AI has is reminiscent of like a Bryson Tiller. And so the beats have been slowed down, chopped up, screwed up, but still have the same essence. And like, it has a like a little slowish vibe to it and whatever. Like feels like you've already smoked a blunt or two. That's kind of what it seems like. And it is just so good. And then so I kept looking into this artist, and I'll share it in the show notes. But um this person did the entire Thriller album in Trap
Yeah,
Soul.
yeah.
And
It was good.
oh my
It was
God. Oh
no, it
my
was
God.
good.
The question here is, what am I to do with this today? What am I to do with this? It's because it's like, this is not just regular AI. This was done with all AI elements, but it was a human behind it pulling it all together, a person that
Right,
knows how to construct music and knows
right,
all the ways to prompt it to give what he needs to give and all that. So there was a human hand behind this. It wasn't just like, hey, give me a trap soul version of Billie Jean and then click and enter and it
right.
came out. That's not how it was done. So is this not potentially also human music?
No.
I can't see how it couldn't be, Jade, because this is the same way people felt like, like in the 80s when synthesizers came out, people were just like, that's not real instruments. And then now, like, all those people that were doing the synthesizer music, like when all the music started going to like the computer straight up on the computer, like, oh, you're not even playing no instruments or whatever. So this is the next phase of that, I think. And so I don't know, I just don't know what to think about this, because this was damn good. And it got the wheels turning, because in the past life, because I don't really do it anymore, but like I'm a music producer as well, like, so I understand how this could go. Like, I've put together a lot of music, I've arranged a lot of music, I've, engineered a lot of music. Like, it's just is not. I don't know what to do with this, because it's very good, and I could see a vision of how within the next 2 to 5 years there's like really, really good music that's going to come out from really big known artists, and people are going to have to come to terms with what this means.
But I think that's when it's a human element, when it's an actual artist making the music and there's AI elements to it,
Yeah.
versus me feeding you Michael Jackson
Mm-hmm.
and someone who's not here feeding you Michael Jackson songs, right? And giving you prompts. And yet there's elements of it where, yes, like the beats and all this other stuff. I don't know if because I know there's like there is a website, I forget what it's called, but it's like producer.ai or some shit where you can like have AI produce a beat for you and you can rhyme over it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think there will be levels to it. I think this is what, to a degree, Timbaland is talking about.
Right.
I think the pushback that people have and that people will continue to have is that our artists are supposed to be like you're supposed to have like a legitimate talent. So if your talent is coming straight from a computer, how am I supposed to, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the hard part about it, because it's like there's people that just put prompts in and then they just clicking enter until they hear something that they think might actually sound like something,
right.
and then they just be like, all right, this is the song. Then this person per se, I think every single element was like a prompt, and then it was put on a track and then edited down and did all like how you would
Right.
actually make music, but without the instruments and without the singer and all of that stuff. So the construction of the music is very similar to making actual music. It's just done in a different way. So it's hard. This is hard. This is a hard one for me.
I would like
I'm
to
not gonna lie to you.
I would like to see them then do something with a relatively new artist in the same vein and see if we get the same feeling as a Michael Jackson trap soul. Because I also think part of it is good, because I've listened to it and I was like, oh, okay, like crazy.
Like, I could just have this thing playing in the background.
It was definitely
all day
like
long,
I was like
all day long.
I was like, oh, okay. But then I'm also like, is there also that built-in familiarity where it's Michael Jackson and you're kind of hearing that in a new way?
Yeah.
That you're giving this person grace.
That was an element.
Versus if this were something completely new.
Right. But that's what this takes, though. I think this is why hip hop was so amazing, is because it's like all the samples is what brought different generations together to be like,
Right.
Y'all young whippersnappers, y'all don't know nothing. This is what the original was, and then the younger ones are just like, all right, but y'all raised me on this, and so I just put my little thing to it or whatever. So I get it. I think I get it, and I don't know how I want to feel about it. And I think we should revisit this conversation, because this episode is going pretty long. But if you are a listener and you are a watcher, and I know I bring this up all the time and prompt you guys to reach out to us all the time, but like, for real, I actually definitely want to know. DM me, hit up Joyhdae if I don't respond. Any way, because I want to respond to you guys on the next episode, last episode of the year, about where you guys are with this, because I genuinely want to know.
I mean, y'all can leave comments on the YouTube. If you listen on Spotify, you can comment on the Spotify.
Oh, so many ways.
There's so many ways. So if you're already in the apps, you might as well just go ahead and drop a comment. But no, it is interesting. We can follow that up next week.
Yeah.
When does a medieval orgy end?
Oh my God. Oh wow, starting it off strong this week. I don't know when.
When the night has come.
Perfect.
Shout out to Carlisa for that one.
Perfect. I don't care. If you're listening, you should have been watching, because you should have seen how my face changed, because Carlisa, that was a joke for me. That was a joke for me. We talk every day. You could have gave me that joke, Carlisa.
That was funny.
Every day.
Definitely stopped you in your tracks.
Oh God, man. All right, whatever. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup?
Oh God. You can roast beef, but you can't roast the curtain. I don't know. I meant
What?
roast pea. I meant you can roast beef, but you can't roast pea.
Let's see how long it takes you to do that. Anyone can roast beef. That was the answer. But my God, today. Jesus. My God. Anyway, next. What you got?
Oh, all of mine are holiday themed.
I have
What does Mrs. Claus say when Santa finishes early? This was kind of corny, but
Oh man.
wow, that was a silent night.
Oh goodness. All right. All right. Since we're here, what's the square root of 69?
Oh God. 8.
8 something.
Why did Santa's sleigh take so long to leave?
God, something to do with Rudolph. Gotta be.
Because Mrs. Claus said he needed to empty his sack first.
Miss Claus. Miss Claus, you having a time, huh? You are having a time, Miss
I got
Claus.
2 more. One's
All
not
right.
Santa
All right.
related.
Since we in this bag, I'm gonna just give it. All right.
Go ahead.
What's the difference between hungry and horny?
Oh God. Honestly, there's none. Because you can eat when you're hungry and you can eat when you're horny.
The cucumber placement. Where you want the cucumber, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why did Santa Claus only give the letter E a gift and not the rest of the alphabet?
I don't know. Oh, God, Joyhdae, what? I don't know.
This one's cute. Because they were not E. Like naughty, not E.
Oh, that's one for my daughter. I'm gonna tell her that one. Oh my gosh. All right. What did the Little Mermaid wear under her mathlete t-shirt?
B cells? I mean B shells?
Algebra.
Yeah. Algebra. I can't. This is my last one. We may have done this one before. What do you call a deaf gynecologist?
Joyhdae, remember when I told you Will submitted a joke to me?
Is this the way he submitted?
Here's the joke that Will submitted to me just before we started recording. What do you call a deaf gynecologist? And 1, 2, 3, a lip reader. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. All right, whatever. This episode way too long. VirgoSeasonShow.com is the website.
Oh,
VirgoSeasonShow@gmail.com is the email address. This is where you can hit us with the response to that AI conversation we were talking about earlier. Again, you can DM us and all those other things. She'll get to that. 5 stars. We are coming into the holiday season and it's gift giving season. And really and truly, we say this all the time, but it's really like the case. Sharing and rating and doing all of those things, giving the comments and all that stuff, it really rises us up in the list and helps for new people to find us. So please help us out. Thank you.
You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Virgo Season Show. You can also find Ryan on TikTok and Instagram at Black Ryan. And you can find me at Joyhdae on TikTok and Instagram.
Cool. All right, one more for the road. Since we're in the holiday spirit. What's a sex worker's favorite holiday drink?
Sex on the beach.
7-Up and cider.
Ryan. Wow.
Bye.
Wow. 7-Up and cider.
Virgo season.